administrator who's able to actually come in here, add users, remove users.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to convene the meeting and welcome members to the September meeting for the Transit Management Committee and Rail Management Committee. Hope everyone's doing well. Just a few of us here, just Mario and us holding down. Okay, and welcome everyone online. So Pat will now call the roll call.
Good morning, everyone. City of Avondale, Harold Seguina.
Present.
City of Buckeye, Dan Cotterman.
Here.
City of Chandler, Ryan Peters. He is on
Here.
his way. Oh, you're here. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. City of El Mirage, Amber Wakeman. She is on the WebEx. Town of Fountain Hills, Dave Trimble.
Here.
Town of Gilbert, Mary Goodman.
Here.
City of Glendale, Kevin Phelps. City of Goodyear, Winnette Reed. Maricopa County, Jason Matthews. City of Mesa, Jody Sorrell. City of Peoria, Kevin Burke.
Here.
City of Phoenix, Mario Paniagua.
Here.
Town of Queen Creek, Shay Joaquim.
Present.
City of Scottsdale, Rotna Corapella. City of Surprise, Tracy Montgomery.
Tracy Montgomery's present.
City of Tempe, Rosa Inchausti.
Present.
City of Tolleson, Reyes Medrano. Chair, we are ready to proceed. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Pat. So just as a reminder, if a committee member would like to ask a question or make a comment during the meeting, please type your comment in the box and it will be provided and read out loud and answered. All meeting attendees, please mute your computer microphones for the meeting. So item number 1 is public comment. The public will be provided with an opportunity at this time to address the committees on non-agenda items and all action items for the joint RPTA and BMR meeting agendas. Up to 3 minutes will be provided per speaker unless the chair allows more at their discretion. A total of 15 minutes for all speakers will be provided. Any public comments?
No, ma'am, not today.
Thank you. Item number 2, Chief Executive Officer's report. Jessica.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, members of the committee, and to those of you online. I have just a few items to provide you with updates on this morning. Last week, Valley Metro had the pleasure of representing our organization at the Arizona League of Cities and Towns Showcase of Cities. This was our first time participating in this event. What an event it is. We were joined by several members of our board at the event. We were across from Tempe, who I think had the most happening booth at the showcase this year. So wonderful opportunity and great to see so many of you there. Valley Metro also learned just last week that we have been selected to receive a grand award in American Public Transit Association's annual Ad Wheels Award campaign. That is for recognition in the area of marketing, communication, and customer experience. Our Super Bowl 57 marketing and preparedness plan was selected. Congratulations to Hillary Foose and our entire marketing and communications team for this great recognition. And Valley Metro will be recognized next month at APTA's annual meeting. On the South Central Extension Downtown Hub, we have hit a major milestone. We are right about 90% complete on this project. We're really at a point where we're transitioning from heavy civil to more of communications and electrification program. Work is underway at all of our 8 stations on the project. This has helped tremendously with businesses who are still impacted by construction, certainly, but we've come up out of the ground with some of the dirty, dusty, and most disruptive work. We're also commissioning both of our traction power substations. That's a critical milestone for us. We are tracking well to begin revenue service next year on South Central Extension. We've also begun installing artwork at a number of our stations. This is actually an early photo. There is more artwork here at our Broadway and Central Station now. The artist here is Diego Perez, and this artwork, I think, really celebrates the vibrancy of that particular community. South Central is open, both north and south. If you have the opportunity when you're in the area, I encourage you to take a drive or a bus ride on the Zero. down the South Central corridor and see the great work that's coming to life. It's incredibly exciting. Just a quick look ahead, we will be here tomorrow for our Audit Finance Subcommittee and back with the full board on September 19th, and then a regular cadence will resume. We've already done October RTAG, and we'll be back here for TMC RMC on October 2nd. We've asked Pat Dillon to reach out to all of our TMC RMC committee members with a Google poll on scheduling. So be on the lookout for that. We want to ensure that this meeting time or whatever meeting time we choose will continue to match the availability of all of our committee members. Thank you. That concludes my remarks, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Jessica. I'd just like to show for the record, underscore that you said Tempe had the best league booth. If we're going to sit up here, we're going to take the kudos. Thank you. Item number 3, consent agenda. The consent agenda is presented for action. Are there any committee members that have any questions, or are there any items that you'd like to pull for separate discussion?
Madam Chair, this is Kevin Burke from Peoria. I'm sorry, my video is not working, but I'd like to pull item 3D.
Thank you, Kevin. 3D. 3D. Okay.
Yeah, as a dog.
The wayfinding map design services contract extension.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Okay. Any other items or questions? Okay. So at this point, I'll request a motion and second to approve the consent items 3A through 3F with the exception of 3D for separate consideration.
I move approval.
Approval. First by Mario.
I'll second.
Dave, Mr. Trumbull, is that you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So all in favor, vote.
Aye.
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 Okay. And that passes. Thank you. So we should take item 3D, please. Kevin, if you have any specific questions regarding item 3D.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair. For me, just if we could do kind of a further explanation, I didn't totally follow if there was a scope of work that was part of the contract that did not get completed, therefore within the designated time frame, therefore we're extending the time frame to complete that scope of work, or is it a hey, it's an ongoing piecemeal type of contract, and we've thought of some new things that we want to have done, and these guys are already plugged in. I'm just looking for kind of a better understanding of why, because I think this item came up for procurement not too long ago, but so I'm just trying to understand what's going on in this scenario.
Thank you, Kevin. I think Jessica is prepared to respond. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Burke. Thank you, Madam Chair. Hillary Foos, our Director of Communications and Strategic Initiatives, is actually on point on this project. Hillary is joining us virtually today. Are you there, Hillary? And if not, I'd be happy to
Yes.
walk. Okay, do you want to walk us through? And I've got the slides here.
Great, thank you. Madam Chair, Mr. Burke, and members of the committee, thank you for your time this morning. Sorry I couldn't be there in person. Mr. Burke, it's really the first of your inquiries. Why we want to extend the contract is that CHK, who is our current wayfinding vendor, is actively working with us on a project relative to the 2-line rail system implementation and all the wayfinding and mapping associated with that. As you heard from Jessica and her CEO remarks, that will really launch with the opening of the South Central Downtown Hub extension, which is slotted for next year. And so we thought it was in the best business interest while that project is ongoing to continue with our current vendor, otherwise creating a lot of duplicative work and effort by another contractor, to extend through December of next year, while we also do a solicitation. You are correct that in November of last year, we did do a request for solicitation for this service, and we plan to do a full solicitation here in the coming months.
Okay, so this will take us through December of next year, but we'll start the new solicitation this fall. for a January 1, 2026 start. Okay, I see that.
Correct.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Mr. Burke. And now we'll take the item for a vote.
Move
So
approval.
moved.
Oh. Go ahead, Kevin.
Sorry. I move adoption of item 3D.
And then the
Second.
second from Mario. All vote, please.
Aye.
Thank you, and that passes. Okay. Moving on to item number 4, travel and expenditures. This item is presented only for information only. Ask if there are any questions from the committee at this point. Okay, no questions, then we'll move on. No action is required. Item number 5, report on current events and suggested future agenda items. Are there any members with any reports or suggestions for future agenda items or current events? Okay. I see nothing, so we'll move on to item number 6. Next meeting is for the TMC RMC is scheduled for Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. And this meeting is adjourned at 11:15. Thank you. We can just keep going. Okay. At this point, we'd like to adjourn the Transit Management Committee for September 4th, 2024. First item on the agenda is the consent agenda is presented for action. Ask the committee if there are any questions at this point, or if you have anything to be pulled for separate discussion. If not, I will now request a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items 1A through 1C.
Move approval of the consent agenda. Second.
It's approved by Mario, seconded by Ryan. All vote,
All right.
Aye.
and that item passes. Thank you. Item number 2, report on current events and suggested future agenda items. Are there any members with any reports or suggestions for future agenda items or any current events?
Madam Chair, this is Kevin Burke again from Peoria. Maybe one item for future agenda is just kind of an update on how the campaign's going for the Prop 400 extension, and just kind of any material or information that we're running, since it'll be October, just a month out from the election.
Thank you, Mr. Burke. Noted. It's a great suggestion. Anything else? Okay, moving on to item number 3 is next meeting, which will be Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024 at 11 a.m. Meeting is adjourned at 11:16.
Okay, I will convene the meeting of the Rail Management Committee. And so first on the agenda is our consent agenda. Are there any questions or any items that need to be pulled for separate discussion? If not, I will entertain a motion for consent agenda items 1A through 1D.
I motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. That takes us to item 2, Kinkishario Light Rail Vehicle Propulsion System Obsolescence Contract Award. I'll turn it over to you, Jessica, for this item.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. So we have reached the point in our trajectory where we now must conduct midlife overhaul activities on our original Kinkishairo light rail vehicles. The item before you is a request for approval for a contract not to exceed $7,142,880 for a replacement of Elan propulsion system parts. This contract would actually be held by Siemens, who's the manufacturer of the bulk of our light rail vehicles, as well as the manufacturer of several parts. This is consistent with our strategic plan goal of operating an effective, reliable, high-performance system. Rob Rosenberg, our Deputy Chief for Rail Vehicle Maintenance, is available to answer any questions you may have on the rail vehicle overhauls or the replacement of the propulsion systems.
Are there any questions on this item? Seeing no questions, do we have a motion?
Motion?
Motion from Agent. This one is for action. Yes. Right?
Oh, okay, thank you. It is.
Okay, yeah, so we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Item 3, report on current events and suggested future items. Do any committee members have requests? Seeing none?
No.
We are adjourned. The next meeting is October 2nd. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you. Record.